Hello, moviegoers, and welcome to another edition of Have You Seen It? I am your host, Denise, and we are still in the middle of the holiday season, so hopefully you had a wonderful Christmas or whatever holiday you are celebrating. I hope that it was one that you will remember from years and years and years to come. So, without further ado, I'm going to jump into this week. And if you are watching on YouTube and you can see me quite clearly, you probably are guessing which movie I reviewed. I'm going to review the movie The Color Purple. Wow. I did not go on Christmas Day, which was the opening day. I didn't want that type of crowd, so I went on the day after. And wow, let me just tell you who is in this movie. There are just so many great actors and actresses. I have to kind of make sure that I don't leave anybody out. We've got Coleman Domingo, Corey Hawkins, Taraji P. Henson, Danielle Brooks, Fantasia Barrino. We've got Felicia Pearl Mupasi and Halle Bailey. We also have David Alan Grier, Louis Gossett Jr., and a cameo from Whoopi Goldberg. I was like, whoa, when I saw her, I was like, how cool is that to have Whoopi in this movie? So, all right, so we know the story of Celie and her sister Nettie. So we know that Celie is a woman who endured at a young age sexual abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse, verbal abuse. And that abuse was prevalent in her life for many, many years. We know that as a young child, she had two children. They were taken away from her. And her sister, whom she loved dearly, was also taken away from her. So she's starting out her young life with loss and grieving those whom she loved and cared for, no matter how long that time period was or how short. And we know that she endured quite a bit. So what I want you to take away from this movie is, if you saw the original, we know the original was extremely powerful and memorable. I have seen the original. I've also seen The Color Purple on Broadway, and now this adaptation of The Color Purple. When you go to the movie to see this, do not compare it with the original. Do not compare it with any Broadway version that you have seen, because although there are similarities, of course, the story itself is the same, there are some differences. So just keep that in mind and try not to compare the actors with what you've seen in the movies or on Broadway. Wow, I'm telling you, a fantastic cast, beautiful Black people all over the place. And you know me, when I see a Black cast, I am loving it. It was just so beautiful to watch them in their glory. I'm telling you, the music, the original songs, the singing, fantastic. We know that Fantasia can belt out a song. And you should know that Taraji P. Henson can sing as well. But if you did not know she can sing, you can really see her in her glory in this movie as Shug Avery. The dancing was phenomenal. I loved all of the dance numbers. You get to see this movie depicted from the 20s, the 30s, and the 40s, and how Black people were navigating the South in that era, and the whole juke joint experience, and how when black people were together, they had a good time in a juke joint, singing and dancing and cutting a rug and having a drink or two, and just enjoying life. And this cast delivered in, I think, what will be memorable ways when, years down the road, when you're thinking of this version of The Color Purple. Danielle Brooks as Sophia is going to stick with you. She was full of sass and she had self-confidence, and she took no nonsense from anybody, especially a man. And her portrayal was really strong, and she really, really did that character justice. The scenery, the set, everything about it, the costumes, vibrant colors. I really like seeing nostalgia portrayed, especially when costumes are a big part of a movie. So watch this again for what it is, and appreciate the role in which each actor played and what they brought to this role and to this movie. When award season starts, I know you're going to hear some of these cast members nominated on some level. But it's a movie that will make you sad, will make you feel some kind of way about how people endure abuse and being treated badly and unfairly, but have the resilience to overcome that, and they become empowered, and their life just changes or begins to change for the better. So if you have not seen it yet, I strongly suggest that you check out The Color Purple. All right, folks, so I'm switching up this week. I'm not going to do my Nailed It, but instead I'm going to give you my top 5 movies of 2023, and then I'm going to throw in some honorable mentions. It was kind of hard to choose, and because not only did I see movies in the theater, but I saw movies on Hulu and Netflix as well. So I had to really, sit back and think. But I'm going to give you my top 5 movies in no particular order for 2023. I'm starting with John Wick, Chapter 4. I had never seen a John Wick anything, but when I saw this movie, it was, worth it. And all of the hype that comes with John Wick was in this movie. So he's number 1, but not in any particular order, but he's the first one on the list. Followed by him, we've got Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning. I love Tom Cruise, and I love to see him, putting his body on the line to do all of the stunts and the craziness that he brings to a movie. So there we go. Then we've got The Color Purple. And next I have Killers of the Flower Moon. I love Leo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro. They brought it in this movie. I loved it. And then The Holdovers with Paul Giamatti. That's a movie that I added to, my Christmas holiday list. So now to my honorable mentions. Saltburn. Crazy. You got to see it for yourself. Amazing movie, but you got some stellar performers in that movie. Wonka, of which I reviewed just last week. I really, really enjoyed that movie. Anatomy of a Fall, Fair Play, and The Equalizer. So there you have it. My top 5 movies of 2023 and my 5 honorable mentions. All right, folks. So you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that like button. And remember, we are available on every podcast platform in the universe. Just type in, "Have you seen it?" with Denise, and there I will be. All right, folks. So I am signing off for 2023. I hope you have a happy new year. Be safe, and you know what to do. I need you to see a movie because I'm going to see a movie. Until next year, bye-bye.